I want you to relax all the muscles of your body, from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Feel a gentle, soothing wave of comfort as it flows from your scalp, across your forehead, down your neck, spreading a calm, pleasant warmth. Notice your shoulders sinking, releasing any tension. Let that feeling of comfort travel down your arms, into your hands and fingers as your entire body becomes loose and deeply relaxed. As you listen to the sound of my voice, you may begin to notice a sense of peace settling over you. Each breath brings even more relaxation. With every exhale, imagine letting go of tension, allowing yourself to drift further into comfort. When you are comfortable, I'd like you to gently focus your eyes on the spiral up there on the wall. Just allow your gaze to settle softly on the spiral, noticing how it stands out against its surroundings. You can blink if you wish, but keep your attention on the spiral. With every blink, your eyes may become heavier, more relaxed. As you look at the spiral, let your body relax even further, beginning with both of your feet. Feel your feet becoming pleasantly heavy, comfortable, and relaxed, as if they're being gently supported by a soft, warm surface. Notice a sense of weight, a comforting heaviness spreading from your feet up into your legs. Now, let that sensation move into your arms and hands. Feel your arms and hands becoming heavy and relaxed, as if they are resting deeply, undisturbed. Let yourself sink deeper into this state of relaxation with each breath. As you continue to focus on the spiral, you might begin to notice how it seems to move around and around, gently drawing you in. Keep looking at the white center of the spiral, feeling yourself being gently pulled, as if the spiral is guiding you on a peaceful journey deep within. With every turn of the spiral, allow yourself to drift deeper, moving into the inner realms of your mind. Your legs and arms feel comfortably heavy and deeply relaxed. Notice how the spiral continues to turn, inviting you to go deeper, safely and gently. As you gaze into the center, you may begin to imagine entering a soft, mysterious tunnel. You're gently floating down, around and around, deeper and deeper into comfort. With each moment, with every gentle breath, you relax even more, letting yourself be carried along. Perhaps your eyelids feel heavier now, a sign that you're moving into deeper states of relaxation. Just trust in the sound of my voice. With every word, every pause, you can drift a little further, floating comfortably through this gentle tunnel, going deeper and deeper into relaxation. You're moving now towards the end of the tunnel, floating effortlessly, feeling calm, safe, and serene. As you continue to relax, notice how your eyes become heavier and heavier, so comfortably relaxed. It's perfectly natural if your vision begins to blur, or if your eyes begin to water slightly. Your eyelids are heavier, more comfortable, more relaxed with each breath, with each word. If your eyes wish to close, allow them to close now, comfortably and naturally. Now, let go of the spiral, let go of the light, and drift deeper and deeper down into a soft, velvety blackness, a space where nothing matters and nothing exists except you and the sound of my voice. Notice how peaceful it feels to simply rest here, suspended in comfort, with nothing to do and nowhere to be. You are safe, you are calm, and you are deeply, deeply relaxed. You are listening to me from the very deepest part of your mind, a place that controls and regulates all your autonomic bodily functions, such as breathing, heartbeat, blood flow to your muscles, and so much more. These functions continue without you needing to give them any thought whatsoever. Which is wonderful, because if they didn't, your mind would be in a constant whirl of activity, directing your thoughts to each action at the same moment. There is another type of reaction, which is not autonomic, but is automatic, capable of functioning without any external control or intervention. In this mode, automatic reactions, like reading, writing, or driving a car, are usually learned. At first, you consciously decide what to do, and then, after several repetitions, those actions become second nature. This is what happened to you when you first started smoking cigarettes. Not the electronic version, but those filthy, tar-riddled ones that made you cough and smell like a dirty old ashtray. When you first started smoking, you didn't realize how bad cigarettes were for your health, and you certainly didn't know how addictive they were. At first, it may have felt cool to be smoking with your friends, and maybe, occasionally, you even enjoyed the odd cigarette. And after just a short while, you were hooked, just like that. Smoking had you in its evil grip, and very soon, the habit became automatic. But you were strong, and you fought against that addiction, and you did so well to free yourself from it. You quit smoking cigarettes because you wanted to do the right thing for your body. You probably had lots of other good reasons to stop smoking, and you certainly did the right thing by quitting. Can you remember how much you were spending on cigarettes? It was a small fortune that all went into the taxman's pocket. Perhaps you recall the tightness in your chest and the uncomfortable feelings as you became a virtual outcast with non-smoking friends in social circles. And then along came e-cigarettes, and with the help of those devices, you were convinced you would easily stop smoking completely. It was so easy to just take out an electronic cigarette and puff on it when you felt like a smoke. But you realize now that, in reality, you gave up one old addiction and ended up creating another, even more powerful, addiction. It is more powerful because at the time, e-cigarettes were acceptable, and all the publicity told us that e-cigarettes were much better for us. And for a while, it seemed as though you could have your cake and eat it. But the manufacturers, the retailers, and even some of the medics who recommended e-cigarettes were unwittingly deceiving you, because you now know how harmful these products really are. This is why, after much deliberation, you have finally decided to free yourself from the addiction to e-cigarettes and come clean, once and for all. You realize that it is not your fault that you became addicted to e-cigarettes, but it is your decision to be free. And in hypnosis, we are going to strengthen and reinforce your desire to quit, so that you never want to touch an e-cigarette again. To do this, we are going to use visual imagery, the language of the brain. And I want you to allow images to form, making them as real as you possibly can. Perceive any colors or sounds or smells and increase any emotions associated with the images I describe. So, in your mind, in your imagination, I'd like you to create a scene of a science laboratory with a mad scientist, who we'll call Max. He's wearing a lab coat, latex gloves, and safety goggles. Max stands in front of a counter where you see beakers, a cone-shaped flask, a funnel, a pestle and mortar, a bowl filled with a strange-looking product, and various test tubes and files. Underneath the counter, there are rows of shelves with dirty containers, some of which appear to have things moving in them. Max stands at his counter, periodically peeling back the part of one of his gloves and letting it flick back onto his wrist, before rubbing his clawed hands together in glee. He is a strange-looking person with tiny, piercing, steel-colored eyes, a very flat and slightly deformed face, and untidy, wispy white hair that seems to fly everywhere. You are a secret investigator. Max doesn't know why you are there, and you're going into this laboratory to discover the facts about vaping juices for yourself. The scientist beckons you into the lab, eager to show off his knowledge and skill. You notice that Max is using the pestle and mortar to grind together various metals and minerals into a very fine powder. With an evil glint in his steely eyes, Max tells you the metals are highly toxic, and that chronic low exposure to the dust in the powders they create can cause poisoning, lung and kidney damage, anemia, stroke, or cancer, and even death. No one will ever suspect the cause. When the powder is ultra-fine, Max pours it into the beaker, ready to be mixed with other solutions. He then pours a yellow-green chemical compound called diacetyl into the beaker and tells you this is linked to serious lung diseases and has even been banned in parts of the world. Next to go in is a tasteless liquid called propylene glycol, commonly used in antifreeze. The liquid is stirred, creating a thick, syrupy mess. Max then reaches for the bowl, telling you this is pure nicotine, one of the deadliest poisons known to humans. The tobacco in the bowl has been soaking overnight, and Max carefully strains the liquid into the beaker before pouring it all into a pan, ready for heating and straining again. Huge quantities of this solution are made, and when ready, they are poured into separate bowls, prepared to be artificially flavored. Max explains how the nicotine substance in vaping liquids affects the brain, and that until about age 25, the brain is still growing and developing. Each time someone inhales on their e-cigarette, new connections called synapses are formed in the brain, as the compound alters the brain structure on a molecular level, making users want more. He tells you that soon he will have lots of people addicted, and the more people who are addicted, the more will buy these products, bringing in more revenue than you or I could possibly dream of. The nicotine in e-cigarettes and other tobacco products can then prime the brain for addiction to even stronger and more dangerous drugs. As everyone knows, there is a lot of money to be made from drugs. The next step, Max tells you, is to add different flavorings. He reaches under the counter to bring out some tubs. The first tub contains rotten crab apples mashed into a pulp. You notice small black particles, which he assures you are maggots, with a faint cinnamon taste to them. He mixes the mash into one of the beakers and stirs it well, before adding a solution of vinegar and methylated spirits to water it down. Another tub contains slimy, wriggling worms, with soil still clinging to their sliced bodies. He adds a jug of urine to the mixture and pours it all into another beaker, ready for some heat treatment. Black diseased moldy leaves go into another tub, along with dirty water, from a drain pipe and large white foamy dollops of sputum, which he tells you have a nice creamy flavor. And so the mixing goes on, with even more disgusting contents going into the beakers. Use your imagination now and guess what he is using for the mystery mix. Think of the most evil, repulsive concoction you can, something you personally detest, and see him produce this and stir it into the mix. Then imagine the mixtures in the bottling room, where rows of empty vaping juice bottles are waiting on a conveyor belt, ready to be filled. I will be quiet for a few moments as you visualize this. Good. That wasn't pleasant, was it? Of course, I made up some of those ingredients, but the truth is, you have no idea exactly what is going into those mixtures, and from now on, you really don't want to find out. From this moment on, if you should even think about vaping again, you will immediately picture Mad Max in his lab, and those vile, disgusting ingredients, and decide not to bother. You have no desire to vape, so you decide that from this moment forward, you'll quit that old habit once and for all. And you are not going to substitute the habit of vaping for any other unhealthy habit. You will definitely not go back to smoking, and you won't overeat, suck mints or sweets, or anything else that is unnatural for your body. Instead, you prefer to breathe fresh, clean air. You breathe deeply and evenly, allowing the fresh air to revitalize your body and help you to relax and feel good. You may find yourself drinking more water than usual, and this is because you cannot wait to flush those toxins out of your body. Vaping substances are poison to your body. In those early days, no one knew what the consequences of vaping would be. They just thought it was better than smoking actual cigarettes. But the truth is that both have hidden dangers, and while we know the dangers of smoking, there is still so much to find out about the harmful side effects of vaping. Some of the facts are only just coming to light. You've probably heard of the mystery diseases that some people who vape are experiencing. Several people have also died, and you know that while there may just be a few, at the present time, there will be plenty more to follow in years to come. You don't want to take the chance that you will be one of vaping's victims. So you quit, and it is as easy and as simple as that. You throw any vaping devices and liquids away. That's right, throw them away. You don't give them away because you don't want to be responsible for anyone else suffering the effects of vaping, so you literally throw them away. You do this at your earliest opportunity, and the moment you do, you find that any leftover reservations about vaping just disappear completely. This makes you feel proud of yourself. You are now free from the effects of nicotine and any other unnatural chemicals, and you feel so good. and you deserve to feel good, for it is a wonderful thing you have done. Like smoking, vaping is a thing of the past. It is something you used to do but do no longer. You begin to really look after your body and do good things for it. For you are proud of your body. You have a strong, healthy, attractive body, and you respect your body and your health. When you see other people vaping, it will not make you want to join in. Instead, you will think of Mad Max and of the toxins they are inhaling and the potential side effects of vaping. And these suggestions are firmly embedded in your subconscious mind, growing stronger and stronger day by day. Stronger by the day, stronger by the hour, stronger by the minute. To maximize the power of your subconscious mind, subscribe to our channel, watch and listen to this video daily for the next 30 days. After that, move confidently to the next audio session on this channel, continuing your transformative journey. In a moment, I will count the numbers from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, you will be wide awake, fully alert and refreshed, and ready to allow these suggestions to work for you. 1. Begin to gently awaken. 2. Energy flowing back. 3. Becoming aware of your surroundings. 4. Eyes gently opening. 5. Fully awake, energized, feeling wonderful.